Yo, yo. What's going on? How you doing? I am Wavy. Hope everybody's doing well out there. Let's get into the story. We got Mayor Eric Adams to the left, and we got 50 Cent to the right. Mayor Adams may, in my opinion, be toe-to-toe with Bill de Blasio as the worst mayor of New York City ever. All right? He's allowed destruction, chaos, crime. Him along with Alvin Bragg and Kathy Hochul have allowed New York City to crumble. And we're seeing it happen in real time, I think, every day. All right. Recently, we had the NYC officers getting beat up and then released. We have the moped epidemic going on now where at least 60 cases have been reported. Where people are going around on mopeds and stealing people's purses and phones and things of the sort. If you ask Mayor Adams, he's the best thing that happened in New York City, and everyone else is painting him to be a bad guy and putting a target on him because he's hired so many people across the city, black people across the city in particular. Now, 50, he pays more in taxes than me. All right, so I will say he has a voice that can be heard. As much as anybody else. Now, will I agree with what everyone and anyone has to say? Not necessarily, but I agree with what he has to say. So let's get to the story. We got New York City launching a $53 million program to hand out prepaid credit cards to migrant families. All right. The amount of people that have been homeless or living on the poverty line in New York City, or the amount of projects and old buildings that needed renovations and stuff like that. No, that doesn't matter. The homeless people that need to be fed, that doesn't matter either. The terrible infrastructure of New York City, that needs to have some work done. None of that matters. But now they have $53 million to pull out for people here in this country illegally. Okay, if you're a migrant, you come here legally the right way, you do it the right way, you go through the process, I have no problem. Okay, like I've said, I'm a first generation immigrant myself. Okay, my parents are immigrants. Okay, but they came here and did it the right way. All right, you can't have these people and then rewarding them on top of it. You're incentivizing them to come. You're telling them, hey, if you come, we'll give you $53 million set aside just for people like you. Also, we have housing set aside. We'll get you fed because a lot of this has to do with people were being fed at these hotels, but they were refusing the food. Or people would come and bring food or service it, would bring in food, and the migrants were refusing it. All right, let's get to the story.
Some migrant families will soon be given prepaid credit cards to buy food and baby supplies. The mayor's office says the city is partnering with Mobility Capital Finance to launch a more cost-effective program. Right now, the city has contracts with food services who provide non-perishable food boxes to shelters. They will start with 500 migrant families with children in short-term hotel stays. The cards can only be used at bodegas.
See, so they send money to the, right now, they're partnering with the shelters to give them food. But some of them are refusing the food and the food is wasting and whatever. So the money's being wasted. This is New York City's attempt to curb, to put a little Band-Aid on a damn wound to the jug or something like that. Like a Band-Aid ain't helping, not even stitches at this point.
Only be used at bodegas, grocery stores, supermarkets, and convenience supermarkets and
I want y'all to hear this part real quick.
Used at bodegas, grocery stores, supermarkets, and convenience stores.
So they said that they're going to give them the cards, or the money is going to be on prepaid cards that could only be used at certain places like bodegas, supermarkets, convenience stores, etc. My thing is, all right, go to a bodega. Come on, man, there's ways around it. You could say you scanning for one thing and there's ways around things. You feel me? You know somebody up at the bodega, like, come on. Let's be real. People are going to figure out ways around it. You know what I'm saying? And the New York taxpayers are the ones paying for it, not only through their votes, but now paying through it with their taxes.
Just giving this migrant population more free stuff at the expense of New York City taxpayers.
In a statement, the mayor's office says, in part, quote, not only will this provide families with the ability to purchase fresh food of their culturally relevant diets and the baby supplies of their choosing, but
they're here illegally. I don't care what food so now like I said, they were refusing the food that was being brought to them from shelters that they were already partnered with. So now they're saying to give them this money so that they can go buy whatever food. Like, yo, man, we giving everybody what they want. Guess what, Mayor Adams? If I move to New York City, can you tell I want some of this money? I want some of this money. What can I do? How can I sign up for that? How can I sign up for part of that 53, 54 million? Because this is crazy. I want to be able to eat the culturally relevant foods and get baby supplies of my choosing. I would love to be able to do that.
The pilot program is expected to save New York City more than $600,000 per month or more than $7.2 million annually.
And that's how they're trying to paint it. Oh yeah, we're saving New Yorkers this much money, $7.2 million a year. Bullshit. This would not even been an issue if you would not, one, made New York a sanctuary or New York City a sanctuary place. And two, tell them, hey guys, come get some of this money. Come get a piece of this pie we got waiting for you in New York City. Get to Texas. They're going to bus you up to New York City for free. And then you going to come here and everything will be for free. Come on, do it. Why wouldn't they? People all around the world is watching this shit. Why wouldn't they come? Because you're going to save $7.2 million annually. How much have you already burdened the citizens of New York with? Of New York City?
I'm not going to be thankful that a program that was bloated and inefficient is somehow cheaper to just give away free money to people in the hopes that they feed themselves.
According to the New York Post, this pilot program will cost the city $53 million. The amount loaded on the card will depend on the family size.
They're deflecting attention away from their incompetency, and they're not holding accountable the people that had prior contracts.
Paramalu is with artists, athletes, and activists. He says the Adams administration is setting up the migrants for failure.
Purchasing food at the supermarket is not cheap anymore. And on top of that, they don't have kitchens, so how are they going to purchase the food that they want?
The families who get these credit cards will be required to sign an affidavit swearing they will only use them for food or baby supplies.
Oh, so they gonna swear on the affidavit, yeah, I'm gonna use this. Meanwhile, how the hell did they get to the country? Think about it. I want y'all to really think about this real quick. Have any of y'all been halfway around the world? And if y'all have, I want like a good percentage. I should put up a poll. How many of y'all could have money to pay? Because I hear some of these coyotes being paid $20, $80, $100, $200,000 or pesos or whatever the currency is. Where do you have that money just sitting around to pay somebody on top of whatever money you paid to get around halfway around the world? Do you have that just sitting around? These people, and anyway, they get to this country, they get in here illegally, and then, sign an affidavit that you're, okay, and they're gonna take that shit seriously? Yo, man, you gotta be kidding me. So all I gotta do is sign my signature, or whatever signature that you think I'm signing. That's all I gotta do, and then I get free money, and that's it, and I gotta just say that I'm gonna spend it the right way. Get out of here. We already see that don't work with EBT. We already see people sell food stamps. Get the fuck out of here. All right, so 50 had this in response to everything that we've been talking about thus far. So he goes, WTF, Mayor Adams, call my phone. I don't understand how this works. Somebody explain. At Ari Melber, can't explain this. I'm stuck. Maybe Trump's the answer. And maybe he is. You know, because he was tougher on this type of stuff. He was tougher on he had ICE up in effect. Now, Eric Adams trying to get ICE, like, you know, to override federal laws now. That it doesn't make sense, yo. I don't know, yo. Something that could have taken 2 minutes to change, they want to make a big, long, drawn out process, yo. I don't get it. So this was his response to 50.
And so I know that on the first brush, you look at it and say, oh, wait a minute, what are you doing? You give people cars? But once you dig into the numbers and in the line, you'll see that this was a smart policy shift that we're doing on a pilot project with 500 people. If this is successful, we're going to expand it even more.
So if 500 is costing $54 million, because this is the pilot program, and he wants to expand it, like, yo, man, yo, I don't know. I don't know how y'all gonna sustain this. I don't. And I've seen him get on stage and say he doesn't know how it's sustainable, but yet more money is the answer. More money. Let's just throw more money at it. Let's put it harder on the people that live, here. Let's not give a damn about the roads. Let's not give a damn about the school system. Who cares about if the kids have a place to go after school or anything like that? Let's just put all the resources into the migrants. I hope y'all see black people what they trying to do in terms of their voting block.
We got to bring down the cost. 20% we want to bring down the cost, and their team are doing their job. So I told 50 Cent to hit me up. I would love to explain it to him so that he can go out and do another tweet of saying, you know what, Eric is just a smart manager, and now we understand why he was elected.
Man, yo, man, this guy is so cocky, yo. This guy does, and I get the New York, the Brooklyn toughness, attitude and stuff, but come on, bro. To say that you are doing it the right way, everybody is looking at you. You run one of the most major cities in the world. Okay, we're all looking at how you're dealing with stuff. And once the migrants started getting busted, you were saying sanctuary, let them in. Once they started getting busted, you've been crying ever since. You ain't slept. Look them bags under your eyes, bro.
By the people of the city of New York to be the mayor. He may even write a song about me.
Okay. You want a man to write a song about what the And that's what I'm saying, yo. He care more about the celebrity of being the mayor. Like, he don't care about actually fixing the problems. Just throw more money at the problem and just hope something fix. He has no plan, bro.
And I also want to say Joy Ann Reid did a wonderful response to Fitty, where she really breaks it down.
Of course she gonna quote Joy Ann Reid.
I'm sorry, I encourage everybody to look at that. And as the mayor said, this is a part of a $2 billion, up to almost $2 billion reduction in costs that the team has really pushed forward.
Man, they don't know what they talking about. They just up there throwing out numbers, hoping that the people that watch them are just going to be like, okay, that sounds good. That sounds wonderful, Eric Adams. All right. Now, this is going to be Nick LaLota, right? LaLota, who's a Republican out of New York. And this is kind of his response.
Mr. Speaker.
To what he believes how D.C. should respond to these sanctuary cities, these sanctuary towns, etc.
Sending federal dollars to New York City to pay for hotels and other free stuff for migrants will only make New York's migrant crisis worse. That is why I've authored the No Bailout for Sanctuary Cities Act. Yep. My common sense bill will provide that sanctuary jurisdictions like New York City that refuse to cooperate with federal law enforcement, such as ICE, are ineligible for federal funds intended to benefit such non-citizen aliens.
Hey, man. Yo, man, if you want to let them in, don't ask for federal aid, because now you're asking for tax-paying dollars from other states that don't necessarily support your policies.
Mr. Speaker, the migrants aren't coming to New York City for the warm weather or the Broadway shows. The reason that migrants are coming to New York City, 10,000 per month, is for the sanctuary laws and all of the free stuff. Free hotels, free clothing, and free health care. New York City Mayor Adams gives a heck of a lot of free stuff to migrants. Well, Mr. Speaker, it's not exactly free. It's all paid for by lawful citizens, hardworking taxpayers. And just a few days ago, Mr. Speaker, it was revealed that New York City is giving out $53 million worth of credit cards to migrants. New York City Democrats are literally incentivizing migrants to come to New York City and then feigning frustration when they do so. Worse, New York Governor Hochul is doubling down, offering $2.4 billion in her proposed budget to New York City to give more free stuff to migrants. All the while, she proposes to cut funding from 44 Long Island school districts.
See? They don't give a damn about American citizens. They don't give a damn. In the same breath, the governor of New York is saying, give these people more money. She is shutting down schools. In Long Island on top of that. So that means they've been shut down in the Bronx, Queens, Brooklyn. Come on, man.
It's these backwards, wrong, and self-defeating policy choices which will only make the migrant crisis worse. If we as a country want to secure the border and have cities without migrant crises, we need to remove the incentives which are causing it. No more free stuff. And until New York repeals its short-sighted and self-defeating policies which incentivize New York's migrant crisis, it should not be entitled to federal funds for the migrant crisis its policies are creating.
Yo, real talk. You know, like black and white. It's as clear as it gets right there. But people are going to say, nope, don't vote for that. Let's give them more and more free stuff. Not only the people in power and leadership in New York and New York City, but also the citizens. Like, some are going to speak out, but they're most likely going to go to the polls and vote the same way. The liberals, the white liberals, are getting exactly what they want. But if y'all stuck around this long in the video, as always, I'd appreciate it if you drop a like. Join the conversation. Let me know what you're thinking. Hit the subscribe button. Like I said, Wave is going to just continue to keep on going. And without further, let me get to my last clip. We're just going to hit back on another, on 50 and what he thinks about the whole situation of the country.
Not hard here. You don't see how people fight to come across the border? They want to be here, bro. You get into those other territories when their lower level, their poverty is more extreme than ours. You see what I'm saying? And we got some people that have just decided not to try. They're more comfortable in a tent with nothing on their schedule every day. Some of them make the decision to just get the tent. It's not hard here.
Hey, man, don't get the tent. Y'all be easy and stay wavy.